Welcome back to Stabler Arena. About to get underway. You see the three-mat format that looks like a three-ring circus here in Stabler. This is the only dual meet of the season for the Mountain Hawks here at Stabler, and they need it. The Sheridan Duels.
Named for Billy Sheridan, the first wrestling coach at Lehigh University. Larry Sheridan's father came from Scotland, Bloody. Billy Sheridan came from Scotland and started the wrestling program at Lehigh University. I think 1909, Doug.
In 1910 to 1911.
There you go. I think it was a club team in 1909, believe it or not. They didn't wrestle varsity.
41 years at Lehigh, started at age 27. And he holds that dual meet record I talked about. It's 24 straight dual meets back from 1932 to 1935. And Billy Sheridan retired with a 222, 86, and 8 record. As we take a look at Dave Esposito and Robbie Roan, the two captains, along with Ryan Bertholtz, leaving the mat, the tri-captains for the Mountain Hawks.
Our official today is Kenny Dawes. Kenny from the Philadelphia area, outstanding Eastern official.
So we're going to start this match, like we mentioned, at 197 pounds. Jon Trenge will take the mat for the Mountain Hawks. He's a freshman, ranked number 7 in the nation. He's 12-1 on the season. His opponent from Rutgers, ranked number 15, Rick Romero, a fifth-year senior, 7-2. Romero from Monmouth Township, New Jersey, and Trenge, of course, from Moorfield and Parkland High School.
This is going to be a great matchup right out of the gate, as we said. In fact, this will be a barometer for Rutgers to see if they have an opportunity to knock Lehigh off today. They need a win from Romero over freshman Jon Trenge. Romero with an underhook. Trenge trapped on an elbow. Tries a single leg, tries a barrel roll, and scores. He's going to get back points. He takes Romero right down to his back with a barrel roll. He's going to come out of there with 5, I think. No, 4, 2 back points, 2 takedowns. 4-0 lead for Jon Trenge. I don't think John Sashi likes what he sees so far. Trenge hit a single and a nifty barrel roll off the single. Posts the arm on the back. He's going to try to tilt him with it. Puts a hammerlock 90 degrees across the back of Romero. Tries to get an inside wrist on the other side. You hear a whistle blow, but it's not Kenny Dawes' whistle. It's Gary Kessel on the adjacent mat. Trenge changes off to a bar. Tries to work a bar and a hook. Now lets the bar go. Racking up some riding time here on Romero. They go out of bounds. No change in control. Jon Trenge will start on top. Here we're going to see a replay. Nice. Looks like an outside leg single. Then he changes right off to like a fireman's to a barrel roll here with it. We just saw Larry Sheridan behind us here. Larry's father, who started the Lehigh wrestling program, Billy Sheridan.
Trenge is a redshirt freshman from Parkland High School. He deferred eligibility last season, went 31-4 unattached. In high school at Parkland, a career record of 145-16, went 40-0 his senior season. He's a 2-time Pennsylvania State champion and a 3-time regional champion.
There you saw him get a 1 count on a tilt. Not able to get 2 counts for back points. You have to keep him there for a 2 count by the referee to get 2 back points. 5 counts to get 3 back points. Jon Trenge, I think, has now gotten a little more confidence. Romero stands. Trenge brings him back down to the mat. Romero posting out in the bottom, trying not to allow Jon Trenge to get wrist controls. Jon works the inside wrist. Romero stands, tries to peel hands. Trenge brings him back down to the mat in control. Puts the hand on the back again. Tries to work it up to a hammerlock. Changes it off to a bar. Reinforces the bar. Now he's going to try to run the bar. Kenny Dawes indicates stalling on the bottom man, Romero. He wants him to try to work off the bottom position. Trenge works the bar up toward the head. Not able to turn Romero, who's very strong at 197 pounds. Romero trying to get hand control. Peels hands. Looks like he may come out here. Trenge locks on one leg, maintains control. Trips him back, tries to trip him back down. Trenge has to try to make an attempt to bring him back to the mat within a reasonable amount of time, and he does. They're inside the circle. Kenny Dawes is going to restart them with 9 seconds on the clock. Here we see Steve Cassidy, excuse me, Doug. He's an assistant coach at Rutgers. in the white shirt yelling instructions to Romero. Wrestled at Lehigh, had an outstanding career wrestling at Lehigh. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Steve Cassidy.
Yeah, two-time All-American for the Engineers.
Next to him is John Sashi, the head coach at Rutgers, as we said, for 11 seasons. John Sashi spent 24 years at Middlesex Community College in New Jersey before getting the head coaching job at Rutgers University. First period ends, 4-0 lead for Jon Trenge, and he has over 2 minutes riding time.
Trenge went 7-1 at the Las Vegas Invitational last weekend, placing third. 12-1 now overall on the season. Romero, as I mentioned, a fifth-year senior, career record at Rutgers of 70-35. He placed fifth twice at Easterns in '99 and in '98. Sat out last year as a redshirt.
Trenge immediately scores in neutral, sits and turns, peels hands, comes out neutral for an escape. Takes a 5-0 lead. Romero tries to come in and work a body lock or a bear hug. Trying to set up a throw. Trenge keeps his hips sagged. Doesn't want to get lifted. Nice attempt by Romero, but they're right on the edge of the circle, and Trenge is able to get out of bounds. He may come around and score himself right here, and does. Gets a takedown right on the perimeter of the mat on Romero. Leads 7-0, and now starts to dominate Romero in what we thought was going to be a crucial matchup. Trenge is serving notice. He's to be reckoned with. Here we're going to see a replay as he sits and turns, cuts the inside arm up, as you see it there, and gains in neutral. Here we see the takedown on a counter move. You can see the left hand of Romero, but it has no restraint to prevent Jon Trenge from scoring the takedown. Trenge starts on top, works up top, trying to hit a cradle, but Romero comes out neutral. First points for Romero. First point for Romero, I should say. Let's see if Trenge starts to open up a little bit now. As I said, I think he's picked up his confidence level a little bit, that he can take it to Romero.
Rutgers was 8-3 last season, 6-3 in the EIWA under John Sachi. Career record for Sachi, 104, 58-5. This is his 11th season. Rutgers as a team has wrestled for 34 years, 384, 116-9 for Rutgers.
Here you see Romero either hits him in the eye with his head. It might be a headbutt. Jon Trenge asked for injury time. Here we see Jack Foley, the Lehigh trainer, tending to Jon Trenge. If he would use injury time again, Doug, he would lose his choice. You're only allowed 2 stops for injury time, and after the second stop, your opponent would have choice of position wherever you are at that point. On the third stop, you would be disqualified. Romero takes a shot, blocked off by Trenge. He knows he has to hit a big throw here. Walks a bear hug and takes him down almost. Great balance by Jon Trenge, not getting taken down. He was on his way with that bear hug, and he was able to get his feet posted and not give up the takedown. Shows great balance, great agility, great athleticism. Trenge jumps the whistle, shoots ahead of Kenny Dawes' whistle. Here we see him go to the bear hug. He has him locked tight in a bear hug. Now look, he throws him almost to his back, and Trenge is able to post his feet and get off of there to get out of that position. Trenge gets a takedown, leads 9-1. Short time left in the second period. He starts to rack up more riding time. Wrestlers have to keep wrestling today. They're going to hear 3 different buzzers on 3 different mats. It's a good idea to keep wrestling until the referee stops you. There we see John Sashi, the head coach at Rutgers. Here we're going to see him trip him down to the mat. Scores a takedown. We're going to start the third period with Romero on the bottom. Let's see what Jon Trenge's tactics are. He's tried to work bars already. Romero tries to turn. Trenge just hanging on top. Allows Romero to stand and peel hands, then he drops on the leg and maintains control. Stalling on the top man, says Kenny Dawes. He feels he wants him to bring the opponent back down, or at least try to bring the opponent back down. I think in the opinion of Ken Dawes, Jon Trenge was just content to hang there with the leg up in the air and rack up some more riding time. Romero scores a neutral as he sits and turns. Trenge right back in on a single leg with the head outside, changes to a double, knocks him down and gains a takedown. 1 for Romero and 2 for Trenge in that flurry. Kenny Dawes has warned both wrestlers for stalling in the course of the bout. You see both wrestlers have a lather on them. They're both perspired. We see there head coach Greg Strobel, team physician Dr. Emil De Orio. Trenge comes out front and locks up a head and arm, maintains control with the head and arm. Now he's going to try to change it off to a cradle, what you would call a near side cradle. In that position, Romero is able to gain a neutral. Jon Trenge right now is an 11-3 lead, which is 1 bonus point. He'll get 14 points if it finishes this way. There's a minute left in the 3rd period. Jon Trenge also has over 3 minutes, 3 minutes and 25 seconds of riding time, so he will get a riding time point. What he can't do is get taken down. If Romero would get a takedown, it would negate the extra team point. Romero in on a shot, countered by Trenge. Trenge able to pull him off with an underhook. Shot again. Romero would be smart here to try to press the issue and to see if he could get a stalling point, but it would still be a 4-point major victory for Jon Trenge with the riding time point.
We started here at 197. We'll go to 285. Frank Sabatino for Rutgers will take on Sean Laughlin. Just underway here at Stable Arena in the Sheridan Duels.
Coach Strobel rested most of his regulars last night. They didn't even make the trip to Lancaster to wrestle F&M. As I said, he did use Goldstein, and he said Goldstein wasn't feeling well, and Tristan Boyd got a forfeit. But other than that, the backups wrestled very well against F&M and shut them out 45-0. Takedown for Trenge right on the edge, right ahead of the buzzer. Jon Trenge is going to win 14-3 with the riding time point and has really served notice. He's a force to be reckoned with in Easterns. Handled Rick Romero of Rutgers. Jon Trenge's first victory at Stable Arena, excuse me, Doug.
And Trenge finishing 3rd at Las Vegas, now ranked number 7 in the country. You're right, Jake. I mean, he's definitely going to be a force. I'm going to be joking.